Today, Donald Trump's former national security advisor in his first administration, John Bolton, was indicted on charges of willfully retaining classified information and transmitting it. This investigation actually began under the Biden administration, but under the Trump administration, there had been a lot of pressure from the White House and the president himself to make strides to pursue this case more quickly. As we were anticipating that the grand jury in Maryland was going to be hearing evidence and that a U.S. attorney was going to seek to ask the grand jury to indict John Bolton, we were finishing up a piece that was really about looking deeper inside the rooms where a host of U.S. attorneys' offices around the country are dealing with this intense pressure campaign by the White House and Trump's political appointees to seek vengeance through criminal charges against people that Donald Trump doesn't like. After Letitia James and James Comey, he wants Adam Schiff. He wanted John Bolton to get into hot water. He wanted prosecutions of Democratic philanthropic organizations and big funders. You know what's really interesting about the criminal charges that a grand jury returned against John Bolton? There's meatier information here than there was for example, the indictments of former FBI Director James Comey or New York Attorney General Letitia James. In both of those cases, prosecutors resigned or gave up their jobs rather than bring those charges. But here, the facts against John Bolton are not very flattering, and the suggestion, if true, that he had national security information at home and casually shared it in various ways, especially electronically on unsecured messaging apps with his wife and his daughter, that's pretty serious. So the next thing that'll happen now that the indictment has been released to the public and filed on the court docket is that Bolton will be allowed to self-surrender, as is the norm with most white-collar crime cases. He'll be processed by the court first, be able to hear what the charges are against him, and then appear in court where he'll more formally have a chance to say, what his plea is. And my understanding is that he will plead not guilty.